Now, I'm gonna save my queen for last. I don't know. Now I'm still debating because like these two are fucking good. Now Bunny is good as well. So I'll get to Bunny first. So Bunny, if you want to be a sort of like a fast character where you're like constantly running around, Bunny is your girl, bro. Like I don't know why in these type of games, I swear, bro, all of the women characters are always better than the men, dude. It's so funny. Like she does so much like damage when you use her. You don't even have to worry about like, at least when I was playing her, I didn't really worry about dying too much because everything was already dead by the fucking time I was just fucking running around. So like she has a really good combat loop, right? So basically, the first ability, she summons like the this orb that attacks enemies, and if I remember correctly, I think it follows her as well. So you can like constantly spam that, and then this one, so it increases your speed, so you run super fast. And I think when you start to run super fast, yeah, so charges electricity moving around and landing on the ground after double jumping damages enemies. So when you combine that with this, you run super fast. They basically, none of the enemies can hit you. So you're basically just like running around, zapping them with lightning. And then when you combine it with Thrill Bomb, they get hit with like another nuking ability. And I think of this one, this is the one that I love pairing with both of these because the lightning emission. No, okay, this is the one that moves around. So lightning emission, when you use it, you basically leave electricity on the ground near you, and it shocks them. And that's on top of the shock you already get from Rabbit Foot when you double jump and the running speed. And then basically, this just basically just damages them all doing this, doing like the skill. It just does more electric. Like she's just a big fat fucking nuker, dude. So like if you just want to be fucking, if you just want to run around and just nuke them to high health, this is your girl. Like she's really fun to play. These two skills right here have the best synergy when you run around because I think they I have to look back at the gameplay, but when I did it, there were times where like if you don't do it right, you won't really get like best of both worlds. But if you do it right, if you like sprint and you don't hold off of sprint and you activate these two abilities, you'll get the best of both worlds, and it's like super nice when you get into it. Really good character, highly recommend. I'll do Freya last. I'll do Valby. Now, Valby was actually like, I have to say, Valby was actually super fucking fun. I did not expect me to have as much fun playing her, but she's like super fucking strong. So basically, she's just a big AOE dealer. I love AOE deal area of effect. I love that and like damage over time type shit. So she's like, I'm gonna use her as like my main AOE. Basically, and I'll have like Bunny too. I think those are gonna be like my three main, like these three, and then I'll have Jaber, and I'll talk about that at the end. So her first ability is like water bullet. If I remember correctly, like she shoots water bullets, and then it affects the ground. I think. Let me see. Bounces a water bullet forward. And yeah, so it creates a small puddle. Bullet impacts. Jesus Christ, I can't speak. Bubble impacts and where she stand. Jesus Christ, I can't read it. Oh my god, I'm just gonna skip that first sentence. I'm retarded. So basically, I think when she stands in these bubbles, the enemies take continuous damage. No, not when she stands in bubbles. She doesn't have to stand in them. The enemies will take continuous damage. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, she gets like her abilities back or faster when she stands in them. Yeah. So while standing in water, she consumes less mana. Okay, I think they changed it because I think it was like you got your abilities back way faster, but it looks like they changed it. This one is super fun. So basically, this allows you to like dive into the ground, into the water where you put water at, and shoot up, and it creates like a huge puddle. Jesus, it creates a huge puddle, and then wherever that puddle was, if you did it by enemies, I think if I'm not mistaken, they stagger a little bit, and then they will take basically just a load of damage, like they'll just start taking tick damage. And then this one is probably like my favorite. Basically you liquefy yourself. So you basically kind of float. Now I'm looking at this. She can move through. Yeah, she move through enemies. Has movement speed. She's not as fast as Bunny. I think Bunny is the fastest in the game. At least when I played, Bunny was like fastest in the game. But the only thing with Bunny is she can't run through enemies. The reason why Valby is really cool is because she can literally just move through enemies. Like she doesn't. So I guess technically you can say she's the fastest because Bunny still has to run around people. Valby can just run straight through them. And I think while she does that, she does damage. And then when you're in this mode, you leave water on the ground for all of her enemies. So they just take tick damage. And I think that the last one is just creating a big old bomb and blowing them up. And I think I think it leaves like water on the ground. Like she's super fucking fun. Super fucking fun. Highly recommend. And then Freya, my girl, bro. I had to pick. So for me, I'm a Saren player in Warframe. So when I saw her and I was like, she's poison, I was like, I had to. I have no choice. So like the cool thing about her is so her first ability, she throws like a poison dart that like poisons people. And I think it affects stuff in the room. But I think the second one is like, so she, okay, so the second one I think is like armor. She wears armor. So this reminds me of from Warframe, Saren's Molt. So basically Saren's Molt is she casts a different character. She casts like a poison version of herself that explodes over time, but instead of exploding, it just stays on her and defends her. But super fucking fun. So I think this is like the cool thing too. So she throws a poison on the ground, and anytime they walk in it, they take a shit ton of damage. And so yeah, they take a shit ton of damage every time they walk through it, and it spreads. So I think with the first ability, and the second ability, no, with the third ability, I think if you have it, you expect a trauma. Yeah, so there's a okay, so that is what there's a chance of inflicting trauma. So I think the trauma is basically imagine imagine she is what's the guy from Scarecrow? Imagine she's Scarecrow, and every time she hits enemies, she hits them with the fear toxin, right? Imagine like that's basically what she's doing. So basically, when she's using these to spread, or for Warframe, these are like the spore abilities where she's transferring the spores. This is the ability where you throw it on the ground, and she basically just anyone who walks through it gets poisoned. Now I don't know if this one spreads. I'm not sure. Those poison on ground enemies entering the swing are infected with a constant damage of poison footprints, and when enemies and poison footprints start to walk around, they create okay, so they create just footsteps around them, and that poison other enemies. So whenever they walk through it, they basically take it with them. It's kind of cool. And then I think so her fourth ability is basically just like a machine gun of poison, and it flicks and it basically just spreads more spores. It just like spreads more poison, dude. It just spreads more poison. That's all it does. But it's still pretty good. Still pretty good. So over the next couple of days, I plan on making more videos on. That's what it was. I remember. Over the next couple of days, I think I plan on making more guy or like helper guys that I think can help people who are new to the First Descendant. Because since I come from Warframe and they're very similar, I plan on making some guides on what to look out for, what to buy, what to not buy, blah blah blah. So look out for those. And I really don't have anything else to say. All I can say is like I said, I'm going to be playing these three mainly because they were super fun. So she has abs, bro. All right, let me be for real. Okay, so thanks for watching, man, and y'all have a good day, man.